The National Institute of Health delivered the new figure of positive cases of COVID-19 in the country. On this occasion, the archipelago shows a decrease in the number of infections.
After a rise in the number of cases of coronavirus on the islands in recent weeks, today the National Institute of Health reported 21 new cases of COVID-19 in the archipelago. However, so far the intensive care unit continues to record occupancy of 81%. In the morning hours, the Air Force made an aeromedical transfer of a COVID-positive patient from the municipality of Providence to San Andres for better health care. The commander of the Caribbean Air Group gave a report of the transfers.
Continuamos con los apoyos de los transportes.
We continue with the aeromedical transfers. We have currently conducted 33 transfers this year. 5 of these are COVID-19 patients. With this capacity that we managed to implement, and today we are transferring a COVID-19 patient from Old Providence to San Andres.
With the new measures adopted throughout the most recent decree by the local government and the implementation of the national vaccination plan, the authorities hope to reduce the rate of infection of the virus in the archipelago.
Governor Everett Harkins met with representatives of the demonstration that took place today in the vicinity of the Coral Palace. During this meeting, the governor stressed how important it is to safeguard the lives of people and contain the spread of the virus with these new measures.
After a sit-in in front of the departmental governor office in which members of the different trade unions expressed their disagreement with the measures decreed in recent hours to contain the spread of the virus in the island, some representatives of these unions had the opportunity to meet with the departmental governor Everett Harkins, who said that the measures taken are not capricious but are due to the need to contain the virus and prevent the ICU occupancy from reaching its 100% capacity. It is also important to mention that the decision to implement a curfew from 8 p.m. is based on a mandate from the national government, which through a communication sent to all the local governors, it established curfew measures to reduce the risk of new infections in regions with ICU occupancy higher than 80%. Likewise, during this meeting with the representatives, the local governor stated that the corresponding efforts are already being done to expand the capacity of the intensive care unit, and that based on this increase, a modification could be made in the current decree.
We have 17 beds, and we are precisely looking about increasing the number of beds so that the percentage can go down, and thus the alert will go down. In this way, we will be able to modify the decree based on the ICU beds. Therefore, what I am doing is to safeguard first my criminal and disciplinary responsibility before the situation that corresponds to me. But I want to make something clear. Before signing the decree, I met with the unions of Coltelco, Acodres, and I asked them to read it, and they supported the decree.
Finally, the governor stressed to the community how important it is to safeguard the life of the islanders and visitors, and that they will continue with activities such as the implementation of the PROS strategy in the neighborhoods of the island. He also reminds the community that the important thing is avoid reaching 100% in the ICU occupancy, because then it will be necessary to close the island.
And after announcing the new decree that restricts the circulation of people on the island and establishes closing hours for the commercial sector, the Trade Council of the island made a statement on the new decisions.
Throughout this communique, the Colombian Society of Architects, ANATO, Lonja, Acodres, Cotelco, San Andres Chapter, and the Chamber of Commerce offered their support to the departmental government before the measures taken in its most recent decree, which established the application of curfew and the measures of ID card schedule. Jennifer Yepes, President of the Chamber of Commerce and Vice President of the Guild Committee of the Archipelago, pronounced herself on the matter.
The Chamber of Commerce accepts and follows the directives of the local government, and what we are asking today for is that all establishments in the department look at this decree as an opportunity, which is the way it came out, for us to take measures and thus mitigate the spread of the virus in our department. However, everything that is being done is for us to mitigate the impact and try to reduce the situation we are living.
With respect to the disagreement that have been generated by some merchants due to the new restrictions, Yepes indicated that they will have to work together with the guilds that respect and comply with the measures.
I understand that there is a sector of the economy that works after 8 o'clock at night that is affected. However, what I ask is that they be patient, that we look at the way to establish some other alternatives, and together we work on continuing to offer the service either in a home delivery manner or creatively offering it at other times. The door has not been completely closed. What I ask you to do is to look at the situation around you. We're not here to ignore the instructions. However, I invite you to take care of yourselves.
The vice president of the Archipelago's Trade Council indicated that in order to continue with the reactivation of the commerce, it is important that the community take care of itself in order to reduce the cases of COVID-19 contagion on the island.
And two head of offices took possession of their posts today. In the morning hours, the governor from his office appointed Randy Rodolfo Manuel Henry as the new Secretary of Agriculture and Fisheries. Manuel Henry is a veterinarian and zoo technician who will be in charge of looking after the welfare of fishermen and farmers. Also in the afternoon, the new head of the press office of the Coral Palace was sworn in. Michael Evans Rey is a social communicator and journalist graduated from Uniminuto University in Bogota.
The International Commission on Human Rights donated more than 300 post-surgery kits to the departmental hospital. The delivery took place in the morning hours at the Waldwin Peterson Auditorium.
Accompanied by the officials from the Secretariat of Health, the Secretariat of Government and Private Secretariat, and the Director of the Latin American Human Rights Commission, the Manager of the State Social Enterprise and the CRUE Coordinator received the donation of more than 300 post-surgery kits from the Latin American Human Rights Commission. According to its Departmental Director, Germán Rendón, this donation seeks the protection and security of medical personnel.
Los que traen sus batolas correspondientes.
These kits have their corresponding gowns, leggings, caps, face masks, and antibacterial gel so that each one can be implemented by the doctors of the Hospital of San Andres and Old Providence. The objective is that while we are in this pandemic and in a critical stage of COVID in the interior of the country, we do not want our islands to go through this situation for lack of care. So we brought the biosecurity measures to our archipelago to avoid massive contagions.
The departmental government and the manager of the State Social Enterprise, Hilary Rodriguez, received this donation with gratitude.
And in other news, a workshop on digital marketing is being developed for the business sector of the island. This workshop is funded by Google, where two renowned experts in the field will be providing their teaching for free to those interested.
Hoy comenzamos una serie de capacitaciones en marketing digital.
Today, a series of digital marketing training has gotten started for the different economic sectors of the department, mainly tourism and commercial activities. We are accompanied by specialists from the Chamber of E-Commerce of the interior of the country, and we are funded by Google.
The director of the Chamber of Commerce reiterated the invitation for merchants to connect to the workshop.
Que podamos nosotros los isleños, no solamente San Andrés, sino también en Providencia.
That we islanders, not only San Andres but also in Old Providence, can participate in these activities and in a 2-hour workshop be able to resolve some concerns that we have about digital marketing. You can connect through a cell phone, and it is not necessary to have a super good connection to participate in the workshop.
People who wish to connect to the workshop may do so through the link that will be posted on the Facebook page of the Chamber of Commerce or call 512-3801 to attend in person. This workshop has been taking place in this morning and will continue until tomorrow from 9 to 12 and from 3 to 5 in the afternoon.
Different people from the community of Old Providence expressed their perspective on how the repair of homes affected by iota is progressing.
The repair of houses in the different sectors of Old Providence has both positive and negative aspects. In some sectors, the progress in roofing is evident, while in other sectors, the work has been slow. The community expressed their perception of how the repairs are going.
The maestro, the Ora Javier, him tell me that I have to buy the plywood for it in my house. And after the people in pumping the stair come, and then I carry them and show them. Them told me, no, you don't have to buy nothing. They have to put everything for your house. So definitely that was left me shocked. Anyway, thank God everything coming out good now.
On the other hand, from Rocky Point, Ayexuni Ortiz says the process is not only slow, but now she's being denied a new house.
True, I belong this room for the because I trouble with asthma and my son trouble with asthma. We can't live in a tent, so that perjudicate me. I can't get the house again. Then got me for reparation. To a little way I understand, if they say, then why seal this why I don't build, then why plaster, and then why. So I won't sign it. I tell him, build back my half a house round there with tear off.
In Jones Pint, a lady 102 years old has to hurry up with her house.
I want to ask them to build a house because I don't got nowhere to stay. And I have to beg people to stay with them.
Tomorrow in an interview, a representative of Findeter will talk to this news agency about the process of reconstruction and why in some sectors there are difficulties.
And along with Mayor Jorge Norberto Garri and Deputy Marcela Shogreen, the governor made a tour of the field hospital during his visit to the municipality, from where he informed about the actions to be taken to improve the service.
His recent visit to the municipality, the governor ratified his commitment to work for the health of all Providence people. While on a tour on the field hospital, he recognized the need of repairing the local hospital to improve the health service. The first step would be to put on a roof on it.
Tenemos que pedirle al gobierno nacional. Intentaremos.
We have to ask the national government, but we will try at the local level. I will send the Secretary of Infrastructure, obviously in coordination with the Risk Management Unit, the Department of Social Welfare, Findeter, and others to see if there is any project aimed at roofing and fixing the old hospital again. Why we built the hospital promised by our President Duque and which has already been moving forward.
One of the problems of the field hospital is the heat inside the tents, which affects the service.
We understand that we have had this difficulty, but we have to deal with it, and we are going to ask the national government. We will seek on our own account in our covenant or agreement with the municipal major to see if we can promptly fix the hospital that was damaged by the Hurricane Iota.
On the other hand, he announced his intention to seek the vaccines for San Andres as an ethnic territory.
We are requesting from an ethnic position as an ethnic territory to be able to get the vaccines on the island of San Andres because we have the opening of flights that are helping us in the economy but are affecting our health and life.
It is hoped that the conditions of the municipal hospital improve in order to maximize the service and working conditions.
Hello, here are the best sports of the island. 4 island players were called to the Colombian baseball pre-selection. Among those called for this Colombian pre-selection are Derwin Pumir, Tito Polo, and the brothers Jeter and Jerry Downs, who are active players in the American League. This call highlights the good time our island baseball players are living in the leagues where they play, thus raising our island department. On the subject, the young prospect Alan Navarro Arjona said,
"It's important because them demonstrate say baseball can go for baseball. Islander baseball can go for, can do a good job, and then give a good example for we work hard to get it and be a Selección Colombia too."
Coach Hollis Watson shared his opinion.
Benefit because San Andres baseball one time was done, now it's coming back again. Those 4 players, 2 in the state and 2 in Colombia. Now I say lead Tito in Mexico, they went to Italy. I 2 brothers down there in Miami that I know them because I used to meet with them in Miami. So it's good for us to bring back up San Andres baseball because we have material. And we try to make this come to the island and show what we got.